A very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the Saturday, March 11th edition of the CBC Evening News. And our top story. Prime Minister Fundell Stewart has been elected as an honorary fellow of Keble College, Oxford University. The governing body of Keble College at its meeting on March 8th elected Mr. Stewart as one of its honorary fellows with effect from Thursday, March the 9th. The Prime Minister has accepted the conferment of the honorary fellowship, describing it as an honor for Barbados and Barbadians. Keble College is one of the over 30 constituent colleges of Oxford University, founded in 1870 in memory of the late John Keble, a leading member of the theological Oxford movement. The governing body of the college is empowered to elect distinguished persons to honorary fellowships. The conferral of an honorary fellowship is deemed for most to be an honor and a privilege. Well, at this time, thousands are gathered over in Jubilee Gardens in the city for a rally held by the Barbados Labour Party. Now, earlier this afternoon, they took to the streets of Bridgetown for a national march of disgust. Sharika Griffith has the details.
Barbadians from all walks of life turned out to support the march called by the opposition BLP to vent their frustration about government's handling of several issues. Chief among them, the high cost of living, unemployment, garbage collection and road conditions. Opposition MP Kerry Simmons says the turnout is an accurate representation of how many people are fed up with the state of the country.
As you can see, if you make an assessment of the crowd, it is a cross-section of Barbados. It is not representative in any way only of the Barbados Labour Party. I am pleased to say that I see persons who are part of the public sector, persons who are part of the private sector. Indeed, I see one or two members of the Democratic Labour Party, as I know them to be. That is also very interested, and they too are welcome. And I think that it represents a feeling of disgust which is certainly spreading across the nation with the state of Barbados' economic and social affairs.
According to Mr. Simmons, several people are expected to address the rally to advise on the party's future plans. CBC spoke with several of the marchers.
I have come here not because of party, but because of Barbados. I have brought my entire family here today to show that what this government is doing needs to change, and we have to change what is happening in Barbados.
We have gone from being the envy of the Caribbean to the laughing stock of the Caribbean. And we have a government that seems not to care what people are saying.
Just a simple glance at the economy will show us where the ignorance lies. As far as the arrogance is concerned, when you have people that can dismiss the elected representative of people as just noise, that is arrogance. And arrogance and ignorance, like Eric Lewis said, you got to choose one.
This government have failed the citizens of Barbados. High taxation, cost of living high, and you're not getting when there will not take stock. And now the next degrade, and then saying everything is a joke.
There was a strong police presence along the route throughout the city for the march. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Well, the Life in Leggings movement shifted from cyberspace and hit the streets of Bridgetown today as well. Scores of Barbadians left Queen's Park to join the Life in Leggings Reclaim Our Streets march. That event sought to bring awareness to several of the issues which females face daily, like domestic violence and sexual harassment. The marchers moved off just after 2:30 this afternoon. Assistant Director of the Life in Leggings movement, Lucy Hammonds, was pleased with the response.
If Facebook can be trusted, we'll have about 500 people. If Facebook can't be trusted, we'll have more or we'll have less. Either way, I'm just glad for whoever turns up, and because I feel that there are a lot of people who believe in the purpose and have shared the purpose online as well, although this was the offline leg. So hopefully we have the offline representation, but either way we know that we have loads of solidarity, not only here in Barbados, but across the entire region, because there are 6 other countries as well as Barbados who is doing a march at the same time.
Ms. Hammonds also revealed that today's march will not be the end of their awareness campaign.
Life in Leggings, the Caribbean Alliance Against Gender-Based Violence, we're looking throughout to tackle gender-based violence throughout the region. So we're looking for personal development within the team and the organization. We're also looking at projects that use community and education to interact with more communities in Barbados to address this issue and make it a more accessible issue that we talk about and address together. So that's the direction that we're going in after this particular event.
The St. Michael man charged with damaging an ATM machine on the compound of Carlton and A1 Blackrock yesterday has been remanded to Dodds Prison. 38-year-old Anderson Wyclef Reed of Woodstock Road, Spooners Hill, appeared before Magistrate Graveney Bannister in the District A Magistrates Court today. He was charged with damaging the ATM machine owned by Republic Bank sometime after 6 yesterday morning, and he is set to reappear in court on April the 7th. Well, a government minister believes that more than traditional medicine is needed to provide adequate health care for Barbadians. Health Minister John Boyce made the comments at a health fair hosted by a local community organization. Sharika Griffith has more.
Than not, when there's a crowd in Oistins, it's people who have come out to enjoy the island's nightlife. But the Oistins Bay Gardens Committee transformed the area for a different purpose, a health fair. Minister of Health John Boyce praised the organizers for the diversity of the booths, which offered both traditional and modern health treatments. According to him, good public health depends on a balance between the two.
We do believe in a holistic approach to health care. Not only do we know that the clinical interventions that we are accustomed to, with traditional medicine, the clinical interventions are important, but we believe that the whole aspect of having our bodies and minds attuned to healing is important in tackling health of our nation.
The minister also received 2 handheld foggers to be used by the Vector Control Unit to help reduce the adult mosquito population. They are a gift from the Pan American and World Health Organizations. PAHO WHO representative to Barbados, Dr. Beryl Irons, believes that the fight against mosquito-borne diseases must begin at the community level.
But I will hastily say that communities are definitely the persons who are responsible for reduction. And this was an excellent health fair, and you can still find information on one of the tables that tell you exactly what you need to do at home. Searching, be the detectives, to identify and get rid of mosquitoes that are responsible for many diseases, and especially one that is very worrying to us at this time, that was Zika infection.
The Alzheimer's Association, the Barbados Reiki Association, and the Psychiatric Hospital were among some of the organizations with displays. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Well, increasing local onion production is still a major aim of the Barbados Agricultural Society. Now, around 100 acres of the crop is produced here every year, but it is still not enough to satisfy local demand. Chief Executive Officer James Paul says that they have established an onion value chain committee to address the issue, and it is made up of 15 farmers and key stakeholders in the private and public sectors.
What we want to do is to pay attention to this process. With a view to trying to make sure that if the farmers follow best practices in terms of the crops themselves, okay, that we will be able to accomplish good germination of those onions, and maybe also increase the amount of onions that we have being produced over last year.
Well, the Blackman and Gollop School is to remain closed for 2 days next week. That story and more ahead on the evening news.
The Barbados Government Information Service has moved to a new location. Our main office is no longer at Bay Street, but you can now find us at the old Town Hall building in the city, just opposite St. Mary's Church. Our new telephone numbers are PBX 535-1900, press section 535-1908, TV and production 535-1907, radio 535-1914, Chief Information Officer 535-1915, Deputy Chief Information Officer 535-1921, and the fax number is 228-1348. That's the Barbados Government Information Service in a new location, the Old Town Hall building in the city.
You know it's it's your boy Lead Pipe here.
And your boy Sadis here.
We are here on behalf of the Barbados Vagrants and Homeless Society.
Yep.
Asking all of you to donate to the Dollar Drive. Please donate. Drive your car and donate.
Ride your bicycle and donate.
Just catch a bus too and donate.
Get from the plane and come and donate.
Just donate, people.
A lot of people think that fast bikes are cool, and the girls sure like the guys who ride them. But like so many things about life, you gotta be careful. Having sex without a condom is like riding a bike without a helmet. It's just plain dumb. It's okay to have fun as long as you're smart about it. My name is Daniel the Lion Fortress, and I'm different, and I'm making a difference.
Live up. Love, protect, respect.
The Blackman and Gallup School will remain closed on Monday and Tuesday. This after the institution was closed on Friday due to a coverage problem. Chief Education Officer Karen Best says the closure of the school is to allow the Ministry of Health to try and eradicate that problem. Well, an educator with over 40 years in the teaching service has received high marks from past colleagues and students. Sharika Griffith has the details.
In March 1975, Julia Mears started her teaching career at the St. John Primary School. Mere months later, she was transferred to Mount Tabor Primary, the same school she attended in her earlier years. And as they say, the rest is history, as she spent over 40 years there until her retirement last September. If the tributes offered are anything to go by, teaching was not only a job, but a calling for Mrs. Mears.
No sacrifice was too great for the children she taught and loved. What Mrs. Mears put into her work was far more important to her than what she got out of it.
Mount Tabor has not been the same before you. You are the embodiment, really, of Mount Tabor, and the part of us went missing when you decided to return.
Her dedication was, however, not confined to the classroom.
Sometimes when we were going other places, on one occasion I told the principal, something happened, I told the principal, I couldn't make it on that occasion. He said, that's all right, Miss Stewart. Miss Faithful will be there. He said, Faithful will be there. And you know who I'm speaking about? Mrs. Mears.
I remember an animated Mrs. Mears in red hot t-shirt on sports day, chanting, cheering, and organizing Red House. But I mostly remember her devising strategies with Mr. Donald Haynes on how to win every relay if possible.
Mrs. Mears was showered with presents, flowers, and even a special song by the NIFCA award-winning school choir. Ever the teacher, she offered her students some parting words of wisdom.
Always remember that the positive things you do and the positive attitudes you have will uplift you and make you citizens your country can be proud of. I have retired from the teaching service, but I have not retired from Mount Tabor. You will always be a part of me.
Happy retirement, ma'am. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
Well, rich Barbadians are being encouraged to share the wealth to help vulnerable groups and children. And this is according to the Chief Executive Officer of the popular Pinelands Creative Workshop, Rodney Grant.
We talk about all these challenges that we face financially. We have quite a few billionaires in Barbados. And apart from the billionaires, I noticed I said billion with a B. we have also quite a few millionaires with the M. And, you know, it is quite important that, you know, we get the attention of these people in terms of making significant contributions to our vulnerable sectors.
Mr. Grant was speaking after making a donation to the Hamilton Lashley Foundation to help send a Barbados contingent to the PowerGen Special Olympics for Children in Trinidad. Former parliamentarian and community practitioner Hamilton Lashley also cried down the business sector for promising to help the disabled community in public, but not supporting when help is needed. He says not one private sector entity donated to the cause. Along with the Pinelands Creative Workshop, those supporting the Barbadian contingent at the Special Olympics are the Barbados Olympic Association, the Community Development Department, the National Sports Council, and some constituency councils. Well, stay with us. The Best Man is up next with sports.